Yo, it is I, Gravity Groove, and we're going to attempt a rambling explanation of the meta that you are free to scrutinize. I've got probably 400 hours in this game, and I was previously uh, big boss 5 1/4 right before the update. So I've uh, I've seen the Lord level competition basically. And currently I'm like boss 2. Yeah. And so thoughts. So there was an update recently that made assassins worse. So let's talk about assassins first. Okay, so what what do assassins do in this meta? Previously, assassins were pretty good about a week or two ago. They were fairly reliable if only two people were in them. Best if you're the only, of course. The benefits of assassins would be, a good early pairs or trips, as it were, easy to assemble, and relatively powerful carries. When I'm talking about powerful carries, I mean Slark can basically end the game by himself. If you get him to 3-star, it can be pretty frustrating for an opponent playing against this strategy because it is really hard to interact with and feels a lot like dumb luck. Like if your Slark jumps into their stun, they win. If your Slark doesn't jump into their stun, they lose. It's a powerful unit. So Slark and PA are your mega carries, and the alliance itself builds really easily. You can easily go into insects with it, which I would not advocate currently. You can also easily add elusive for free and potentially go 6 elusive, 6 assassin, which I've also tried. It's not very good. So what are the problems with assassins right now? Well, one, they just got nerfed across the board. They lost between 200 and 600 hit points, I believe, for all the units. Slark's effectiveness was once again nerfed. And this makes an already kind of underwhelming alliance, I think, unplayable. Now, that's not to say you can't still win with assassins. As I described, a 3-star Slark or a 3-star PA is amazingly powerful, but now you're much more dependent on those 3-star units. This is not going to perform reliably if you continue to try to use it when it's opened, because again, relying on 3-star units, pretty RNG. So, sad panda for assassins. There are a few different builds, as I said, bugs, elusive, and what I've been using, which I think you have to in this meta, is warriors. Warriors, if Slark and Slardar aren't jailed, gives you a guaranteed 2 scaled. If you're also running Slark, you get 3 scaled, and you'll have 6 and 3 warriors, 6 assassins, and room for a 4th scaled if your end game is all mages, and then you win. So that's pretty cut and dry. If you're running bugs, don't. Everyone you face in the end is going to be mages boxed up in the corner. They wipe all your bugs every half second. Doesn't do anything. Elusive, same thing. Like it's not powerful enough to mitigate how insanely powerful mages are right now. And there you go. I know people say there are a few units that interact with corner strategies, but there aren't nearly enough, and they aren't diverse enough in terms of alliances, making them hard to fit in. Kunkka does do good work against box formations. Sand King to a degree. The new diving bug boy to a degree. But there's not enough. There's not enough. There needs to be more ways to split up that box and make them vulnerable. That would help with that problem. Okay, so let's talk about mages. Mages are insane. There's very little that needs to be said about mages right now. They're pretty versatile. The fact that they added a brute to ogre magi. Oh, going back to assassins. The fact that they made brute easier to get again makes assassins worse, which is why I'm very low on assassins right now. They added brute to ogre magi, so now brute is easier to get. Mages in general are very versatile and fairly powerful. Primordials, having been buffed as a tier 3 rank 3 alliance is really, really powerful. And you often only need 2 stars for the strategy to work, which makes it reliable. And that's become super important as this game has morphed and balanced and unbalanced and rebalanced and unbalanced, is what's reliable. And while the rerolling strategies are a lot of fun, they've continually depowered them to the point where they're not really functional as competitive builds, which is a drag because I love them. I think it's super fun, but they don't work. And I've tried every variation, and I've tried even just hard no roll until like round 20, and you just end up with like 1 hit point. You can't do it. So what do mages do well, other than being, easy to complete? Well, they're diverse in terms of their build. You can go traditional mages with Viper and DK and 6 mages. You can go scrappy mages with either 3 or 6. You can sometimes go warrior mages if you want, as I did in the previous game. I went warrior mages along with a tiny Akunka and a Viper and Tidehunter because 4 of the other people in the room were mages. And lo and behold, I'm the mage that won. It's versatile. You can also go, of course, 6 primordial, 6 mages, which is, the fabled build. I've never gotten to it. You have to be high rolling pretty good to get to that point. I believe there's also a 6 primordial, 3 mages variation, and I'm sure there's some I'm leaving out. But it's pretty versatile and easy to build around. It's also insanely powerful and hard to counter because the box formation makes assassins' lives miserable. You can always position your units in such a way that Hook gets the lowest value target from Pudge. And I think it's in need of a tuning. I think as a result of all of the tuning they've been doing on Heartless and Warriors, which is good, it's leaving mages too powerful, and mages, the volume now on mages is 2 or 3 higher than everyone else. Just needs to be turned down 2 or 3. Maybe make it 40-80. Maybe make it 40-85. I think that's all you have to do. Just turn it down a tiny bit. I'm not saying go nerf crazy with mages. Just saying maybe a little bit lower. Inside voices. And that'll fix the problem. I sincerely believe that. Brutes right now are great. Brutes are versatile. 70% off your damage at 4 is insane and just wrecks powerful individual units in Brute, and now much easier to get Brute active with 2 tier 1 homeboys being Brutes. I like it. Brawny needs a buff. Brawny is fun. I love Brawny. The idea of a snowballing alliance is super fun, but they need some stuff. Maybe they need a 6th unit or more units in a 3rd tier. Maybe they just need a small volume increase, like 1530 to 2040, maybe just a little tiny bit. But I like them. I think they're occasionally viable. I have gone Brawny, Heartless, Brute before and had a lot of fun and been able to place 1st or 2nd. But that requires you to have early axes, or more importantly, early Beastmasters. Fun, but not advised if you're seriously trying to grind in this game. It's not a good long-term strategy. Bloodbound only for the adventurous, only for the people who are like, you know what, I'm just gonna bet everything on this early contract I opened and try to open 4 more. Go for it, man. Champion, no. They tried to rework it, still sucks. Don't do it. Deadeye, only Sniper and Gyro. That's it. Only Sniper and delicious lamb with tzatziki sauce. Only those 2, okay? Demons are actually pretty good right now. I wouldn't go past like 3 or 4, and combination types matter. Doom is a great one because he usually is only casting once, so the silence doesn't matter that much when it hits him early from your other demons. Terrorblade, similarly, only has to go once. But I've had good luck with 3 or 4 demons. They output a frickin' ton of damage, but you always want Terrorblade in that group. Dragons, still unconsequential. Doesn't matter. Add it on where you can. Not important. Druids, I feel like their early game and mid game feel weaker because other things have been sort of rebalanced in such a way that they seem more powerful. I could be wrong, but I'm seeing a lot less druids. Almost no druids in the mid game, to be honest. Healers, make them a 2/4. That's it. That's all you got to do to fix healers. Make them a 2/4. 3 is just generally too hard to fit into a lot of builds. Doesn't seem to work. Heartless, probably in a great place. The rebalancing helped a lot. Humans still seem super powerful. Humans might need to be looked at some point, but doesn't seem broken. Hunters seem pretty balanced right now, to be honest. They just melt to the mage AoE wave of doom. And they don't do great in the face of infinite, giant, chunky primordials, like resummoning. So, they're probably okay. Bugs are probably okay. Inventors, we need another inventor. Can I get a hallelujah on this? We need another inventor. This isn't a particularly contentious thing. I just think we need one more. More inventors, please. Knights still just not. I mean, rebalance Sven, okay? Like, change his ability into something that doesn't make you fucking auto lose. That's stupid. Sven is fucking stupid. It's an unrunnable unit. It's an unrunnable ace. Like, it's unprecedented that it sucks so bad and costs so much. Terrible. Fix it. Like, God almighty. Primordials, I think they nuked the HP a little bit of them in the recent balance. I don't remember if it was how significant it was. Let's see here. He did something to the HP of primordials. They reduced the armor of the top tier. That's it. Okay, they need less HP. This is the problem. This isn't good enough. This isn't good enough. They need to reduce the HP or reduce the armor by like 2 in every category, and I think that would be a little more reasonable. Primordials are just too chunky. Savages suck. They depowered them to the point where they're unplayable. If they just go back to, was it 4-8-15, then I think they'll be fine. Being able to pair that with Heartless or pair that with Trolls seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Scaled is fine. I mean, feel free to go 30-60 if you want them to be a little more effective versus mages, but most people aren't going for scaled anyway, so there you go. Scrappy still seems good. Scrappy seems like it's in a good place. Pretty consistent performer. Offers a lot of sustain. Shaman is well, Shaman is a meme. Chickens are fun, but this is not a competitive thing, and occasionally you'll have like a mages for brute, and you'll have another unit that gives you shaman. Whoop-de-doo. Trolls are still decent, but they need more high tier trolls, right? Like, this is the only problem with trolls. Having 2 of the trolls as tier 1s makes them bad. So make another troll that's tier 4 or tier 3, and I think we can start talking about trolls. Warlock's still pretty damn good. Because assassins are bad right now, I'm starting to see more people running 6 warlocks, and it's scary. It's actually got a ridiculous amount of sustain, and it survives mages really, really well. Warlocks, I'm keeping my eye on you, man. Like, I remember the heal nightmare of months ago, and how the meta was just infinite warlock heal fuckery, and Jesus, it's a little scary. I don't like it. Warriors are fine. I think warriors have been retuned to the point where warriors are just pretty damn reasonable. You don't see a lot of people run 6 warriors, and frankly, you don't need to. Warriors are just a good bonus that you get by running good units that you don't tend to focus on. You don't really start a build going, I'm going to go 6 warriors. You just pick up 3 because they're good. I think that's where we're at currently with the meta, and I think we have a ways to go. There are lots of balance issues we still have to deal with. And lots of why does this game take so fucking long issues, which I think everyone wants dealt with. The poor Legion Commander, still a meme unit, and just don't pick it. It's, geez, just, it just makes me sad. I want to use the fun units, like everyone else. I want to use the fun units. They nerfed Anissa and buffed Hobgen. Anissa's still somehow better. I don't fully understand how or why, but she's still just a little better. Healing is just good. Uniformly good. Hobgen is a damage dealer, sure, but fundamentally, Annie is healing, 7, 8, 9 units, and it just seems like it has a larger impact than Hobgen dealing a lot of damage. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to change that. But it's minimal now. It feels close enough that they're both viable. And when people go mage builds with Hobgen and use his big bomb talent, and they have the mage bonus, it's pretty damn good. Not gonna lie, pretty good. So I think that's where we're at currently. That is the state of the meta at the moment. And if you disagree with me, feel free to comment about it. If you agree with me, hell, give me a thumbs up. Give a brother some validation. Tell me you hear me. We're all playing this game together, and ultimately we want it to succeed. I just want the game to be as balanced and fun as we can get the goddamn thing before it gets shipped off to people who look at how fucking complicated it can be to a newcomer and go, you know what? Every game I play, it's 9,300 mages, and I don't understand how you play this game, and why do I always get my balls kicked by this, one stupid strategy? And why doesn't anyone play any other strategy? And how come I try all these other strategies, I get my ass kicked, and they quit, and they torch it, and they never want to play again? That's not a good look for a game that you're trying to have a future for. So thanks for watching. My name's Gravity Groove. I'm going to go get 8th place now. Later.